Hey guys, it's your girl T. So a lot of people have been emailing me, wanting me to talk about the whole Afrika Bambaataa situation. This whole situation is just really crazy. I've been just kind of following up with everything. And kudos to Star, you know what I'm saying, from the Star and Buck Wild show back in the day. Kudos to him for staying on top of this story, for not sweeping it under the rug like so many people have been doing. One people I've really been seeing talking about this is Star. I think Doggy Diamonds also did a video on it as well. But for the most part, most of hip hop is sweeping this under the rug. I don't really think the Breakfast Club is even really following up on it. I think they might have said one or two things and that's it. You know, everything initially started about 2 weeks ago when a man named Ronald Savage came out and basically put Afrika Bambaataa on blast and said that Afrika Bambaataa had molested him when he was about, I think, 12, 13 years old.
My name is Ronald Savage. When I was younger, I was molested by Afrika Bambaataa. Afrika Bambaataa is the founding father of hip-hop. He's the co-founder of the Universal Zulu Nation. He unzipped my pants and he took it out and he started jerking it. And then he put my hand on it and then started making me jerk it.
And then since then, a bunch of men have been coming out. Quite a few of them went onto the Star show and were talking about their abuse. You guys all know we got a chance to meet Afrika Bambaataa during the Million Man March this past October. Here goes a video snippet of us interviewing Bambaataa. Check this out.
There you go, there you go.
Hey, can I get an interview with you real quick?
And then y'all can go where y'all want to go.
Can you let us know who you are and where you're at? And why
This is Brother Afrika Bambaataa, and we at the Million Man March, the 20th anniversary, and everybody should be out here. This is for Justice or Else.
All right, so you guys just saw that snippet. So it's up to about 7 accusers who are now accusing this man. Afrika Bambaataa finally decided to speak out, and he spoke out on the Ed Lover show. And basically, to me, I felt like it was a lot of deflection. He was even saying that they're accusing him today, it could be you tomorrow. You know, what's the agenda here? You know, everything's a conspiracy theory with him. I want you guys to check out this video of a few of the accusers and what they had to say about Afrika Bambaataa. And I also want you guys to check out his video addressing the situation. And then I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Justice or else? Question. How y'all get on a bus and go out of town to fight for justice for your people, but at the same time, y'all sitting around protecting a pedophile? All y'all niggas know. Ahmed, you said you let the apartment go on Bronx River because you got tired of all that shit that was going on in that room. You knew. Question is, I was a little boy at the time. Why the fuck you ain't never knock on that door and pull me out of that room with that grown-ass man? Why y'all let so many years go by of this man running around, and even still, a couple of years ago, you got stabbed because he want to be sucking a man dick. You date raping motherfuckers and sucking their dick in their fucking sleep. And that's why you got stabbed, and that's why he got stabbed. And everybody running up to the hospital, oh, Bam got touched. Yeah, he got touched. He should have been touched a long time ago. I don't even understand how I ain't touched you. Big brother, big homie. I don't understand how I ain't air you out. But I guess that's why I've been to jail so many times for so many homicides. You fucked my brain up. Really did. Even though I ain't never killed nobody, I just been in jail the whole life. I get my drift. You fucked me up as a little boy. So much to the point to where that, when I get head, wife, you be like, you been fucking all them bitches, man. You can't even get hard for me. Nah, I'm just having flashbacks of a grown-ass man sucking on my fucking dick. At 12 years old. Playing with a bunch of little fucking boys. You ain't just touched on one little boy, nigga. You touched on 1,000. Hey, Paul Pacheco. What if I sat up here and I told you that Bam was fucking your little brother? I saw it. Taufik, let's stop playing games. Ben was playing with your little brother too. We can keep on going on. Keep on. You come out of the closet. You was a little boy too. Ben was sucking on everybody's little pee-pee. You fucking child molester. You a faggot. You're nasty. You the reason why I hate gay people. I should have been exposed your ass a long time ago. But it's kind of hard to tell somebody that a grown man touched you and you ain't a faggot. It's kind of hard to even look a motherfucker in the face. It's hard for me to make this video.
A lot of people are asking questions. They want to know why. Me personally, why I took so long to come out and tell about Bambaataa. It's simple. How do you tell the world a grown man molested you? How do you come out and you tell the world and you say something to everybody? How do you do that? How do you tell your mother that nigga touched me and you a boy and he a man? How do you do that? I listen to y'all read y'all comments. I would have did this, I would have did that. You wouldn't have did nothing. Half y'all suckers done got punched in your face on the block and went upstairs. Half y'all motherfuckers got y'all lunch money taken. I would have did this, I would have did that. Half y'all ain't doing nothing. Not nothing, but talking, running your mouth. Reality of it is, the reason why I came forward is because, for one, I kept hearing it over and over and over throughout the years. This man been doing this shit for over 40 years. But when you become a grown man and you a father and you have kids, at some point in time, you have to take a stand. I approached brothers. I told them, let's have a sit down with this dude. He's wildin'. Never told him it was me, because there was others that I was hearing about. Nobody wanted to deal with it. Why? Because in Zulu Nation, you have these little individuals all over the place that's making a little money. A lot of money. Some of them. And instead of being a man and saying, you know what, I'm going to separate myself from this dude, or I'm going to sit him down and spank him, or do whatever I got to do to stop him, they pushed it to the side. So, after a while of me talking to dudes, what do? I said, fuck it. I stepped up to the plate. I did what I had to do. Was it easy for me? Hell no. Not at all. I got to read the comments, what people have to say. My family got to live through this, see this shit all through the daily news. I haven't got a payday or for none of this shit. Wasn't looking for none. I got property. I got cars. I got houses. I got co-ops. I have all that. I'm all right. I'm not looking for a payday. The reality of it is, I lost a lot of friends behind this. Why? I'm going to explain it to you. Anytime, you know, your friends know, because everybody know. Y'all people out there in the public, y'all don't know about Bam, but we know. Bronx River know. Half the Zulu Nation, they know. Everybody sitting up there in front, he never tried nothing with me. Yes, he did. He tried that. He tried something with damn near everybody. I mean, come on, man. He tried Crazy Mike. Crazy Mike knocked him out. Everybody know Phil brother Mike knocked him out. He tried Brian and Eric. He got pistol whipped. They were a little bit older. Everybody know. He has a history of this shit. So let's stop playing games. For you hecklers out there, crack all the jokes that y'all want to, but I want y'all to understand what you're doing. When y'all come out y'all face the way y'all coming out y'all face, saying the things that you're saying, the only thing that you're doing is scaring the children into not wanting to come forward. To be assassinated, to have your character assassinated when you the victim. I done sat up there and watched shit with people calling me an agent, but you see they cleared that shit up, right? Yeah, they cleared that shit right up. Calling me an agent, do you know what it feel like as a man? To have a man take your manhood as a boy and then turn around and post me up as a fucking snitch? You know what that feel like? Think about it. You took my manhood as a boy, molested me, then turned around and had motherfuckers put me up as a snitch. And some of y'all shared that post. I'm not going to forget that. We'll have that talk later on down the line. You have children that's looking. Y'all scaring them. The truth of the matter is, so many people in my inbox tell me about how they was molested and they never had the heart to come forward. And you have a lot of children out there that need to come forward and they are scared because y'all are vicious. Y'all not showing no compassion at all. Everything is funny. To all you Zulu cats that's sitting around, and y'all know what Bam did, the ones that know. I don't blame nobody that don't know. Everybody don't know. But there's a lot of people that know. Amber, Ahmed, Muhammad, you was at the meet. I mean, come on. Y'all know. And then y'all still sitting up there sharing pictures in support of Bam. How dare you? Y'all posting pictures up, sharing pictures in support of the pedophile. And y'all know he a pedophile. Y'all fucking vicious. Y'all just as bad as him. The reason why Ben was allowed to do what he did, because for one, Bronx River, the projects, the elders, y'all were cowards. Because y'all all knew what he was doing. The whole projects knew what he was doing. The Zulus, the top ones that's been on the council, everybody knew what he was doing. And y'all covered his shit up. And y'all continue to cover his shit up. And y'all intimidated a lot of people. That's why he never went down 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 20 years ago. And even now. See, y'all intimidating TC Islam. Got him on the run and hiding. Y'all ain't got me hiding. I'm in the hood every day. And I'm purposely going out there in the hood every day. You know where to find me at.
CA Lover Show with Moni Love, ladies and gentlemen. On the phone, we have with us one of the greatest absolute forefathers of hip-hop, Mr. Afrika Bambaataa. Bam, what's up?
Peace and honor to you, brotherhood, and to the queen, Moni Love.
I'm here.
Bam, how you doing, man? There's a lot of stuff happening with you, man. A lot of allegations against you, man. What do you want to say?
I definitely say that this is false allegations that's being put against me, and a lot of lies, and it could be me today and you tomorrow. You know, I completely deny all type of accusation that's being put against your brother, Afrika Bambaataa.
Bam, what do you want the public to know, man, since these allegations have surfaced against you?
You know, you need to ask the question, why now? And what is the hidden agenda behind this? Because is it because I'm still being relevant today, trying to do things and help people all across the world, trying to start a hip-hop museum, fighting in Colombia to bring people back safely in the streets of of the crime of killing each other, the hate of each other, trying to stop all violence in hip-hop. I mean, that's been my life, stopping violence and helping so many people all over the place. And I don't care if it's hip-hop, if I'm doing something with indigenous people, if I'm doing something bringing unification with different religions. I mean, I have this so much. My record speaks for itself. Strange how all these media would jump to something of this, but ain't put nothing of all the different things that I do or things that the Universal Zulu Nation do all over the world.
Do you have any plans to press slander or defamation of character charges against your accusers?
Well, that's dealing with my lawyer who's checking on the case of that to see if it's called for to do that. I'm getting ready to speak to all the different medias and stuff like that now in the face of all this chaos and trying to destroy Afrika Bambaataa.
Exactly, which, yeah.
And bringing stuff against hip-hop community.
I'm afraid that the good work that is done then becomes overshadowed by the allegations and the accusers and so on and so forth. So do you think that it would most certainly be in the interest of all the good work that you do to sue these people for these allegations and this slander that they're bringing forth?
Yeah, it's people that's trying to sell a book, making up false accusations of me, trying to get in sensationalism, just to gain publicity. This is some demonized stuff. It could be me today and you tomorrow.
All right, so you guys just saw those videos. And like I said, a lot of people want me to speak out about this. As you guys know, I've talked about this in the past about, abuse that I faced. It seems like a lot of YouTubers have gone through molestation and sexual abuse and things like that. So this definitely hits close to home for me. And I think the thing that bothers me the most is just how disrespected these men were on social media, how initially a lot of people clowned them, called them gay, making it harder for people who are victims, especially the younger generation, to come out and say, you know what, I was molested. This young man, this man that was entrusted to look out for me, who was supposed to be like a guardian or a big brother to me, molested me. Another thing that bothers me about this whole Bambaataa thing is that I sat here and I listened to Lord Jamar on the Star Show. I listened to Professor Griff when he was doing his interview at this conscious radio station with Rich. And basically they both said these rumors had been around Bambaataa for years. People have said not only is Afrika Bambaataa homosexual, but a lot of people know that he messed with little boys and either was swept under the rug or people didn't want to believe it. They felt like, he would never do that. Almost like the same thing that goes on with the Catholic Church.
Been rumblings over the years. You've heard the rumblings, yes, no?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Not of any. I'm not going to say anything about any children, any right. underage thing, but right. there has been, rumblings for more than 20 years, probably about, allegations of Afrika Bambaataa possibly dealing with homosexuality.
Yeah.
How people, there's rumblings and rumors of different priests and pastors, touching these young boys, but then nothing is done. People just assume it's a rumor, it can't be true. My thing is, no one human being should ever be placed on a pedestal that high where people feel like if these allegations are coming out against them, they can't be possibly true. And it seems like a lot of people in the Zulu Nation knew about this and they turned a blind eye to this. When you listen to these grown men recant their stories, a lot of these stories are very, very similar. It's just really sad because, as a mother and especially as a single mother and I'm raising boys, it just makes you even more or less trusting of who you can leave your kids with. And you assume that people have good intentions with your kids because you're a good person. You would never hurt anybody's child. But it's really sad to know that a lot of people do not have good intentions. Some people can be sinister no matter what title they hold, no matter who they are. This is the man who literally helped to start hip hop. He is considered the forefather, the grandfather of hip hop, and he's being accused of these heinous acts. It's one thing for him to be gay and have a boyfriend or mess with somebody his age, but the fact that he was sitting here making young boys whip their thing out and playing with young boys, and they're even saying that he tried to molest another young boy and the young boy stabbed him. So this has been going on for a long time. And like the old saying goes, everything that happens in the dark eventually comes out to the light. And if Afrika Bambaataa is guilty of this, he definitely needs to go to jail. Now if this is some type of rumor, conspiracy, and it's not true, then okay. So then let's get to the bottom of this. But for people to just dismiss it just because it's about Afrika Bambaataa, to me, I find that ridiculous. Why is he beyond reproach? No one man should be beyond anything. I do not believe in falsely accusing anybody. If these end up being lies, and the people who falsely accuse them should be in trouble. But I also feel like after listening to all these different guys' interviews and listening to what they had to say, especially Poppy from the Bronx, he sounds like he's not somebody to mess with. This dude is a stone cold killer. I don't see a stone cold killer coming out and admitting to getting played with and getting molested by Afrika Bambaataa. What does he get out of this? He's not getting anything out of this. Nobody's being financially compensated. And when I saw Ronald Savage, who's now a 50-something-year-old man, breaking down and crying, it's really sad. And I feel like a lot of abuse really went on in the 80s and in the 90s because it was not talked about. That's the one thing about this generation. I think for this generation, it's a bit easier for them to talk about their situations, to talk about their molestations, because people are now recognizing is a problem, and they're now recognizing that this can happen. But I think back when we were growing up, you just didn't want to think about that. You didn't think that an adult could do that to a child. And it, sexual abuse was so hush hush. It was a dark secret, a family secret. Nobody spoke about it. But I think for these kids, there's so many platforms for people to speak out now. And a lot of people say, why do you wait until you're an adult? Why why didn't you say something when you were a kid? You guys have to realize the 80s and 90s were different times. You know, people didn't talk about stuff like this. You didn't talk about sex. You damn sure didn't talk about molestation and being a victim. And a lot of times you don't get that strength until you're an adult. And it's not until you're an adult you can actually say, you know what, no more. I'm going to speak out. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm going to let my voice be heard and let people know my struggles and what I went through. That takes time to build up that confidence. Because one thing about sexual abuse, it causes a lot of shame. It causes a lot of victim blaming. You know, you blame yourself as a victim. You know, you feel like it's something that you did, that it's your fault. So it takes years to get over that shame and abuse, and it takes years to realize that no, it's not your fault that this grown person was attracted to you, that this grown person felt that they had the right to violate you. You know, so it takes years to get over that. And you got to realize a lot of abuse victims, they don't seek counseling. This is a lot of things people take to the grave with them. They don't talk about this. So for these men to come out and have the spirit and the energy and the wherewithal to talk about this so openly, I can't do anything but give them their props, you know. And I just find this to be sickening. You know, it's one thing if it was one person, maybe two, but when you're talking about, you know, the fifth, sixth, seventh, and even more guys out there saying the same thing, but they don't want to be on camera, you know, Afrika Bambaataa has a bit of explaining to do. You know, this is not to discredit anything he's done with the Zulu Nation. This video is not to disrespect them or to disrespect anything that they have going on. But I think a lot of people just want to know the truth. They want to know, you know, did this happen? And for him to deflect and kind of just chop it up to a conspiracy theory against the Zulu Nation, I think that's kind of a slap in the face. I mean, there are bigger organizations out there. If they really want to have a conspiracy against them, I don't think they would choose the Zulu Nation. You know what I'm saying? I think there's more to it, and the fact that so many people have admitted to hearing rumors and to knowing about this, but, you know, people turned a blind eye. They didn't want to believe it. I say shame on all these people who know about it, but because the money was so good or because the status was so good, they didn't want to protect these children. I just find it really, really sad. So anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation concerning Afrika Bambaataa. How do you guys feel about these rumors? Do you feel like they're true? Do you feel like, you know, this is just slanderous? It's a conspiracy? And how do you feel about what Afrika Bambaataa had to say about the entire situation when it comes to, you know, these accusers? Do you believe him, or do you feel like he's deflecting? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.